All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Steel City Commuters Podcast. I am Austin Cairns, joined here on Zoom with my co-host Nicholas Brown, and this is episode 20 of the Steel City Commuters Podcast. Nick, I can't believe we're already 20 episodes in, but here we are, my friend. How's everything going with you over there in New Ken?
Everything's gone good. Episode 20, and probably half of them are on Zoom.
Probably.
Yes, we because that's what normally happens. But everything's going well. I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. We're already cranking into June already. Like summer break is just flying by. Pretty soon we'll be back in the media hub.
We will be, and I know we're gonna have some special guests coming on soon. But before we get into that, how was your Memorial Day weekend, my friend? What did you end up doing this weekend?
Everything was good. I celebrated my grandma's birthday, so shout out to Bobby. I know she's a big listener. She's a big commenter on Facebook. We celebrated her birthday. It actually fell on Memorial Day, so we kind of had cake, ice cream. We kind of just relaxed. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend to get outdoors. I know you were at camp and we were chatting Sunday morning at 4 a.m.
Yeah, about that. I may or may not have got a little hungry, so I ran down the sheets real quick. So thank you for keeping me awake in the car, so I didn't hit a deer or a possum or something
We
or
were,
a raccoon.
I don't know, we were both awake. We couldn't fall asleep and we had a very lengthy discussion on some of our favorite subjects that we won't get into because I don't want to get grilled right now. But
Oh, what are you talking about? You mean the near heart attack you gave me with your awful take? Maybe we'll save that for a future episode. Maybe we'll just do a whole episode revolving around that.
oh yeah, 4:30 a.m. conversation, how deep we can go into the weeds.
Oh, the weeds we went, my friend. The weeds we certainly went to.
Yes, for sure. But you had a good sheets run. I was laying in bed as it was very chilly because we were both saying how cold it was. I had the window open. I'm like, it feels good, but especially if you're at camp, it's normally like 10 to 15 degrees colder.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, especially with the lake and everything up there, it's freezing, man. But it was a nice weekend. I'm just glad we didn't really have too much rain to worry about. There was a brief drizzle on one of the days, but like it wasn't awful. I actually left early on Friday, and I went up there, cut the grass real quick, got to hang out on my own. Took a little 2 hour nap, which was nice. I needed that 2 hour power nap after the long week I had. And
Uh,
then from there, it's just kind of spending time with family. My cousins, they camp right next door to us, so it was nice having extra family up there. My sister was there. Her boyfriend came up one day, which is pretty cool. Our little menace dog named Cooper was barking his head off for 3 days straight, so that was lovely. But it was a great time, man. I mean, we had cornhole tournaments, campfires, burgers and dogs, you name it. Poker runs, which I know your little gambling
Poker.
self.
What? Poker. What?
Yeah, yes, poker. I know your gambling tendencies started kicking in there, Nick.
Poker. What? I was not
Well,
invited.
speaking of the poker run, my cousin who isn't even 10 years old won twice. She won $100 the first day and $90 the second day. What is she gonna do with that money?
I could really use that money. We could use that money for scratch offs because we're on a scratch off streak here.
Yeah, I won $100 on a $2 ticket this weekend.
I think I hit 50, 60 this weekend, given everything that I've bundled. But I've noticed, Austin, and this is the geekness out of me, is I try and mix my tickets up. So I'll do a few fives, I'll do a 10. Well, this weekend I had some extra spending cash because I had a good week at bingo. And so I did two tens and I think four fives. It was
Or
interesting. It was interesting that I hit on the two tens and not on the fives.
mm. So at the fives is like a ploy, is what you're saying.
Yes, that the tens, if you don't hit on a five, you're not going to hit on a 10. And interesting, last night, I hit on two fives and one 10. So it's like a variety.
Okay, I see what you mean now. It's
And
a
I always look at the serial number at the bottom, like 028, 022, if it's an even or odd. And ironically, Saturday, both tickets were odd.
mm, okay. I see. So your weekend was filled with lottery, food, and just kind of hanging with family.
Shopping, yes,
Oh, shopping.
we went to
Oh,
Target, my favorite store.
is Target your favorite?
Yes.
I don't know what my favorite store would be. I don't
Walmart.
know. I mean, Walmart's just the closest. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It's just the
Okay.
closest to me. It's just the closest. I don't know. I don't mind Family Dollar just because it's cheap and it's right down the road. Get snacks, drinks. What would be my favorite store? I like Shop and Save a lot. I do like Shop
I
and
was gonna
Save.
say you're a shop and save kind of guy.
Yeah, I like Shop and Save. Giant Eagle's just overpriced and overrated, I'll be honest. But I love me some Shop and Save.
Giant Eagle, they have decent lottery when we peek through. They have the new $5 Monopoly ticket, one of the only places that I think carries it.
Really?
Yes, we had a stop at Sunoco last night after bingo. They barely had any lottery. I says, this is like outrageous.
Does Getco carry it too? Because Getco's like connected under the whole Market District branch.
I believe they do. I have not yet been to Get-Go, but I have noticed that Giant Eagle also carries a lot of the older tickets. So Christmas, there's still some Christmas tickets.
Yeah.
We have a community market near us, and I believe they carry the Christmas tickets, but not like Walmart. They barely had any lottery because we were at Walmart this weekend, and I went to peek on in. They had like $1 to $2 ones, no
Mm.
threes. They had no fives or tens. So I was shocked by that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to know something else big that happened this weekend for yours truly?
Yes, of
Two
course.
Jagoffs had yet another interview. I mean, it feels like every week we're doing interviews on the other podcast, and I know both of us know the very special guest that we had on. We actually talked about him in the New York trip episode here on Steel City, the one and only Kyle Archer. What do you think of that episode?
I love that episode. Kyle has so much energy and is full of excitement. Started playing the harmonica live on in the interview. Amazing.
No, it was great. I mean, I love the segue that he made because I was asking him if I really look like JFK, which, by the way, I do not look like JFK. I just want to stress that here on this show as well.
Yes. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Do I look like JFK to you?
Yes, you do.
Would JFK wear a New Orleans Saints hat? I
I
don't think
don't
so.
know actually. Oh my God, we're getting phone calls. Like, what is this? This is
Mr.
like
Multitasking over there.
multitasking. Yes, you do look like JFK.
No! Apparently to him, and then his segue was, oh yeah, speaking of assassinated presidents, guess where I got this harmonica from?
I
I'm
saw
like,
that
dude, what?
exactly.
I'm like, what? And he starts talking about Lincoln, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we are.
We love Kyle. Kyle actually skateboarded all the way down to the what bridge did he go to on our New York trip?
The Brooklyn Bridge.
The Brooklyn Bridge, and he forgot about the event and everything going on, and it was hilarious.
You're talking about the alumni event at Phoebe's, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It
You know
was.
what's crazy about that?
Go ahead. Well, it was gonna say it was amazing that I've never seen anything like it. I never knew
No,
that. Oh, I was gonna say I never even knew Kyle skateboarded until the New York event.
yeah, no, I didn't either until I saw him walking out of the hotel with it. What was it, the Soho Hotel
Yes, the Soho.
with the big rubber ducky on the the big rubber ducky on front.
I honestly love that hotel. It was designed differently. It was amazing hotel. Even though like the check-in wasn't even on the first floor, that's okay. We had a lot of memories at Soho, especially late at night, 10, 11 o'clock, sitting down there like telling campfire stories. And Cal was all for it.
Oh, Kyle was great. And the best part about it, the entire reason why I brought up the whole Phoebe's Tavern thing was when we were networking that night at the bar, that was actually how I locked the interview with Kyle, was there. So I threw the idea out there. I would love to have you as a guest on my podcast. He said, yeah, let's talk about when we get more back in town. And the one day when he snagged me into his office, we made it official. And then he came on and there was no issues. It was a great time. He really brought a new light to the podcast because a lot of my interviews have been more serious. Like the Kevin interview was really the only one that was like a little more laid back. This one right here brought out the comedic value of the podcast, which I believe should show on every kind of show because you don't want to be just you. There's a difference between being professional and being a personality. You can be both at the same time. And I try and do that on all my shows because at the end of the day, you don't want to have me sit here talking like, oh, Will Howard, the quarterback that has been drafted out of Ohio State. Like, no one wants to hear that. Talk about his resume, talk about his career, put some emphasis on it. Don't be boring.
Well, I was gonna say too, we have a little bit of a mix here on Still City, from the professional to the more talkative to the more panelists kind
Yep.
of episodes. And I actually like that because I think once you bring everybody together, you can get the different opinions and you can get the different commentary. And, we do that, just the two of us. But again, when you bring more voices into the conversation, you can kind of piggyback off each other because everybody comes with a different perspective. Now, me and you come with differently drastic views on a lot of sports and a lot of teams. Cardinals, Cowboys, Cowboys are always on top. Anyways,
What?
I
Oh, you watch it now.
had to sneak that in there. I didn't think you would catch that.
Oh, I'm gonna catch your Cowboys nonsense every time.
Well, yeah, well, that's what happens. But don't you worry, we'll be decked out in blue um for the fall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think we can dive into our episode now because we were gonna play a game show today. It's been a while since we've done one.
Oh boy, we love game shows, don't we?
We have, and it's the reason why we're doing it, in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, it's because there's nothing to talk about in the sports world. I mean, the
True.
Eastern and Western Conference Finals at the moment of this recording, they're both 3-1. The Knicks are down against the Pacers 3-1, and the Stars are down against the Oilers 3-1, which has just completely busted my bracket if the Stars actually do lose. I
Your bracket is busted officially.
If the Stars lose game five, yes.
I'll be
But
counting on that because I've been busted since I think week 2.
yeah, and then the Hurricanes Panthers game is tonight, and Carolina has 14 straight Eastern Conference Finals losses. That is just disgraceful. So that's something we'll cover next week when we do our NHL and NBA recap. But for the meantime, let's play a game. Who is most likely to? Now, Nick, I wanted to ask you, do you want to keep it just me and you, or should we throw in some of our friends that we've had on the show?
We can throw in some of our friends because they're not here. I don't know if they listen to us or not, but it makes it more interesting. More to
All right,
choose
well,
from.
then yeah, we'll throw in the two guests that we've had on as well. Our good friend Lucas Coons and Kevin Homa. Both of their names can be in this as well. And do we want to throw in a Jack as well as a wild card, or just keep it those four?
We can keep it those 4 because we really haven't had the chance to have Jack come on Still City. I actually have never met Jack yet in person, but I can tell you, Jack is pretty funny, especially in our uh, group chat that we have, and the memes are flying.
Yeah, shout out to my man, Mr. Jack Dean. It's always a good time to talk to him. It's always an interesting conversation. But all right, well, maybe I'll set the tone then early on for us, kind of lay out the land. So the way we're going to play this is just another way of getting to know each other, share some laughs, make some funny content. I'm going to come up with a scenario. The Nick's going to come up with a scenario. We're going to go back and forth. And then we're just going to say, out of the four of us, who's most likely to do it? Of course, the contestants is me, Nick, our good friend Kevin Homa, who recently came on Steel City, and then the other half of new management, Lucas Coons, who's also been on the podcast before. So, Nick, here's an easy one for you. Who is most likely to get in a fight at an NFL game? I feel like that's a good one to ask. We're
That's
all
a good
passionate.
one. I have no idea. I don't, I stay away from, people fighting. I kind of go the other way. Who has the biggest mouth and who's ready to chirp, I think could be Kevin. Just knowing Kevin right now, going all out, I would have to say it's Kevin.
Ooh, I I would probably say Lucas for the simple fact that when I went to a football game with him, he was the one that was ready to pounce if somebody was going to pick on me for being a Cardinals fan. I'm kind of like you. I kind of stay away from it. Like, don't get me wrong. I talk. I talk a lot of shit. I'll just say that right now.
Yes,
I
you
do.
do.
But I'm not really a fighter. If I have to, I will, but I'm not. That's not my cup of tea. I don't really go that way. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Nick. So I don't think it's either one of us. Plus, we got to make sure we look good for camera and stuff. We can't have a black eye on it.
I was honestly debating Lucas and Kevin, but Lucas really doesn't speak out that much when
He
me.
doesn't. He's a silent but deadly. That's what they call him.
Exactly.
There's a reason why he's the bodyguard. And Kevin, I mean, I see it. I mean, I've known he's done, like, if he has to, he'll also scrap. But I think out of the two of them, Lucas would be the one to, like, and here's the other thing, too. Lucas is the strongest out of all of us. Let's just be honest. So if someone's going to get into a fight, Lucas is the one knocking him out.
Oh, and that's why he's our bodyguard, especially when we're in downtown late at night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not worried when I'm with Lucas and Kevin in the city at all.
I'm not either. Not even with you, because you also feel intimidating.
Well, I just talk too much. People probably think I'm crazy. So that's probably why.
Well, you fit in with the right crowd then.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's your scenario? What's your first one?
Who would most likely get lost taking the Port Authority?
Who?
Don't you
Well,
think that's a good one?
definitely not us
No.
because we've taken it for almost a year now for Point Park's sake. I wanted to say Kevin at first just because Kevin is not really the best with it, but he's been going down a couple of times on his own with his mom and just in the city himself. He even has his own card now. So I'm only saying Lucas because you said Port Authority. You didn't say just the G2. Lucas has only taken one bus route. Me
That's
and you have taken
right.
multiple. So you would be the one that would probably know the bus route the best because you've taken dozens of different buses. I've taken a few. Kevin's only done G2, but he's done it more than Lucas has. And every time that Lucas has done it, he's been with one of us. So no offense to my man Lucas. I'm going to throw him out under the bus. No pun intended. I'm going to throw him under the bus for this one.
I like that. I have taken a lot of buses. The 178 G2,
The
probably
31.
A third, yes, we took the 31 the one week. I'm experienced, but I'm not a professional. Let's just say
More
that.
professional than the four of us.
Yes, we have to take the one that's the two. We have to go up to Ross Park Mall. That's going to be an interesting bus ride.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So who would you say is the most likely to?
And that's hard because I feel like if you once you ride one bus and you know the transit app, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's easy to navigate. But again, there's a lot of different bus stops that maybe you're not sure of. If you don't even know your bus number, the times. Kevin juggling on one hand, Lucas on the other hand. I'm gonna have to go with Lucas too. Just because he took the G2 doesn't mean you're an expert once and for all.
Yep. Yep. All right, I got a good one for you.
Oh boy.
Who is most likely to drop out of college? And I'm not going to include Kevin in this because obviously Kevin is not in college. So out of the three of us,
Ooh. I don't I've considered it, especially if things have not gone well at Point Park. You are a senior, so at this point, why would you drop out? That's just like wasting money and time.
a lot of time.
Lucas is a freshman, and if you easily get burned out as a freshman, like week one, if everything goes wrong and you like don't enjoy it, that's like a sign right there. I'm gonna have to go with Lucas on this one, given he's a freshman, he's just getting the ropes and he's just getting adjusted. If the adjustment doesn't go well, you're not going to be a good fit, honestly.
Man, we're really throwing Lucas under the bus this episode, aren't we?
We are, and we're going to have to let him respond. Unfortunately, he's currently in school as we're recording this, so we're not going to be able to get him on the phone. But in our follow-up episodes, we're going to have him react on the other side.
Yeah, and Lucas, this is all love, my friend. But I love your point that you made about being burnt out. I know for your sake, you're also young. You're only going in your sophomore year, so you could still feel that burnout now, and it's
Yes.
not the biggest waste of time. I mean, I'm less than a year. I'm about a year away at this point from getting a bachelor's degree, so I would be absolutely dumb if I even consider dropping out of school at this point, especially with being on scholarship. So yeah, no, I'm not dropping out. If we were including Kevin in this, it would be easily him because he doesn't care about school at all, which is fair.
Right.
Some people do, some people don't.
But also,
But
he's
I'll say,
going a whole nother path, and his
yeah,
path is
exactly.
also in dire need of people.
Yeah, and he's already in his career. He's already gotten three raises. So shout out to my man Kevin. But yeah, no, sorry, Lucas, you're dropping out, bud.
Sorry, Lucas. We have to throw you under the bus again, twice, almost back to back.
You're up now.
Okay. Who would most likely get into an accident? And we
Like a
can
car accident?
in a car accident. We can include Kevin in this one.
I know where you're going with this because of my car troubles. Because I have very bad luck when it comes to cars. But here's the thing, Nick. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. I have never been in an accident. I've popped a tire. I've scratched my car. My muffler has been hanging, but I never actually wrecked my car or gotten in an accident. So I don't know. Trying to think. Who would you say?
I just brought that up because there was a 9 car accident yesterday on 28. And if you drive 28 every day, you
Holy hell.
understand. And if you drive in the city, you know how well it goes. But you're honestly a good driver. Now, I've never driven with Kevin, but
Thank
being
you.
in the car with you, you're actually a pretty decent driver, as long as Lucas doesn't distract any of us, but we know how well that goes. Um, I don't think Lucas drives. I surely don't drive, but you always
It'll
have
be you.
me.
Yeah, you're the least experienced.
I am the least experienced, but I also have driven I have driven golf carts secretly. We're not gonna
Golf carts.
golf carts.
Golf carts.
I have. And I'll never forget the experience of the one. We went early in the morning. This is when I was little, I think 8 or 9. The grass was wet and we're going down the hill and there I'm driving and we're just flying down the hill golfing. I'll never forget that experience.
Well, you just made my choice even easier. It's
I
you then.
did. I kind of
If
just
you
threw
almost
myself in there.
if you almost wrecked a golf cart, then yeah, you're definitely gonna wreck a car.
But I'm gonna get a Tesla, full self-driving.
Oh, well, you're definitely crashing then if you're getting a Tesla.
What do you mean full self-driving? It's fully compatible thanks to Elon Musk.
Yeah, you're gonna get a little Elon. You're gonna drive an Elon around.
I'm gonna drive an Elon, not a Cybertruck because those things are ugly, but I will go for a Tesla.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I will say Kevin is probably the best driver out of all of us. He's been driving since he was like 15. So, and anytime we do a road trip or a long, like, like a long trip, I'm always in the car with him and he's the one driving. So I've been in the car with him 2 hours, 3 hours, almost 4 hours. Not once has he ever been close to wrecking. And if it was, it wasn't his fault.
But you
I
also
would
have
say,
to keep in mind too, Austin, even though we're saying a lot of this is like we're putting these ourselves into these predicaments, normally we're not the ones that are goofy. It's the other people that are on their phone, not paying attention, yelling at their kids, looking out the window, putting the makeup on, looking for the phone charger.
dude, I saw somebody clipping their nails one time driving.
Well, what was that day that we were driving, me, you, and Lucas together? Some lady was putting makeup on at the red light.
Yeah, she's putting eyeshadow on. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, drive. Stop putting eyeshadow on. What do you got, an interview? A date? Stop.
That
Okay, that was a good one. That was a good. Wait, was I the one that asked that, or was that you? Oh my God, I'm already drawing a blank.
was me.
That was you. Okay, that was a good one. That's what I thought. But I didn't ask that. That would have been too easy if I would have gave you a car one.
Well, because we know that you're the perfect driver.
You just said I was a good driver.
I know, but especially with your car troubles, Muffler Moments with Austin Cairns is coming exclusively to Spotify and to YouTube on Google Play.
Yeah. Okay.
Episode 1 will premiere later this summer.
hmm hmm I got a good one. Okay. Who is most likely to become a superhero?
Ooh. Me, of course.
You.
I say me. I'm all into helping people. I'm always there for when you need me. I never bully you. You know, I'm just there for whenever anybody needs it. I'm saying myself.
Can we
Superhero.
both
Wow.
agree that can we both at least agree that Lucas and Kevin would definitely be the villains?
Yes.
They would be far from superheroes. Yeah, it's between me and you. I'm gonna say me just because I gotta throw myself out there. I think I could be a good superhero. Super Carnes. That
Super
has a ring
Car-
to it. That has a ring to it.
Super Jumbo Dad. We can throw him into the mix.
Yeah, he'd definitely be a superhero out of all five of us.
And we're not the villains, I can tell you that. We're the bystanders.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, you're up.
That's a good one. Who is most likely? Well, this is a good one. Who is most likely to fall asleep behind the wheel? Sticking with
Hmm.
cars.
Well, I mean, I've driven at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and 3 a.m., and my strategy is simple. Drink a lot of caffeine and play Bruno Mars, and you're wide awake. So I don't know if I would fall asleep behind the wheel because I've been behind the wheel at almost every hour of the night. At 4 a.m. with you, I know it's perfectly fine.
Well, okay, I can even revise that. Who's most likely to fall asleep on a FaceTime group chat call?
Me, me. Oh no, well, Lucas actually has fallen asleep on the phone with me before.
Has he?
Multiple times. Yes, Lucas has fallen asleep. So I'm gonna say Lucas. He's fallen asleep on the phone with me before.
Well, we could also argue that I've answered you one night in my sleep and you said it was total silent.
That is true. Kevin, he's not sleeping. He's not sleeping.
Okay,
I'll say Lucas.
so we
Lucas
went
with
with
me. Lucas and me are like the two for this one.
Lucas. Okay.
All right. Who's most likely to go to jail? What
Definitely
is it?
not me. Definitely not me.
Oh well, you'll be like fraud or something.
I obey the law, and you know that.
Gambling at 19.
Better than doing drugs.
Yeah, I know people at 19 who do drugs. Who's
Okay.
most likely to go to jail?
It's a toss-up again between Lucas and Kevin. I don't want to throw Lucas under the bus, but just given, well, I don't even want to say that either. Honestly, I'm drawing a blank here because at this point, just send them all to jail. Send both of them.
Both okay.
I don't know because Lucas, on the one hand, is one of the guys that are outstanding and can control himself. Where Kevin, on the other hand, I think has to be pushed back and held on to, restrained.
Yeah, he's he's like a dog with rabies.
That's a good way to put it.
No, it's Kevin, man. Kevin's going to jail. I'm sorry. He's too
Sorry,
crazy. He's too
Kev.
wild. I mean, knowing him, he's gonna forget his like gun permit or something. He's gonna carry his gun somewhere. He shouldn't one day. So I don't know. It's Kevin. Sorry, Bo. You're going to jail.
Sorry, Kev. We'll
Sorry,
visit
Kev.
on the other side.
Lucas, the worst thing he would do is say something he shouldn't out the window and get us like shot at or something.
Oh, we know those trips.
Yup. Yup.
Okay. Uh, who is most likely to cause a scene at a restaurant?
Hmm. You.
Me?
You.
Why me?
Kevin and Lucas are too shy.
Fair enough.
So I don't think they would. I would, but it has. But here's the thing. My mom worked at a restaurant for 9 years, so I'm really easy on restaurant work. It's like I don't flip out unless it's something major. And I've only flipped out twice at a
Hello.
restaurant.
We've been out to
Huh?
restaurants together, so have I. I'm
I'm just saying, out of the four, oh, that's eight, but out of the four of us, I held up two. I don't know why. Out of the four of us, you're the odd one out, unfortunately. It's not that I think you would do something. It's just I know for a fact me and Lucas won't because of our moms working in restaurants for so long, and Kevin's just too shy for that.
I don't know if Kevin is too shy. If you get the other side of Kevin,
Yeah,
it could break loose.
but he's only like that with people he's comfortable with. If he's
So
not
us
comfortable with
four.
you, huh?
We're out together, us four. He
Then
would
it's
probably
probably
be the one to say something.
okay. Then it's probably Kevin.
See, I'm so
But if
good.
it's just me and you, it's probably you.
No, it would no.
You're
I
the odd
would.
one.
What?
You're the odd one out.
Of course, I'm the odd one out. What else is new? What else is new? Tell me something that I haven't heard before.
Okay, the Cowboys aren't going to the Super Bowl. There.
Oh, I've heard that many of times, especially at 4 a.m.
Yeah, and guess what? It's factual.
No, it's not because we even made a bet,
Okay.
and we know I never lose a bet. I'm always 10 for
Ready?
9 with you.
Who's most likely to get a girlfriend next?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Just so you know, me and Kevin's the only. I don't know if you have or not, but me and Kevin's, as of right now, the only ones that have had him in the past.
have, but not anymore.
Not anymore, thank goodness.
I don't want to reveal too much. I don't want to reveal much,
Oh?
but
Oh,
oh
okay.
yeah, you see where I'm going.
I see. I see.
I don't want to reveal too much because
You might.
I don't know if both of them listen, so I don't want to reveal too much and like put them in the spotlight. I don't want to score one too early. So there we see. I got some references.
Okay, okay.
Uh Lucas, on the other hand, no, you're not digging it. You're not digging it. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to say then you, because you already have
Really?
experience.
I mean, I've had the experience, but I mean, it's tough to find someone that actually appreciates you, you know?
True. You have to find someone who likes to gamble.
Well, good luck finding. Yeah, go to a casino and find yourself someone in their 70s that have no money left.
It's a toss-up, I think, between all of us, but I think I'm gonna have to pick you.
Yeah, I don't want to sound cocky, but I think it's gonna be either. It's probably gonna be me or you, just because you're actually taking shots right now.
Okay.
I think you're like the only one out of the four of us that's actively trying, if that makes sense. Again, I'm not gonna reveal anything, but I
Something
feel like
unless Lucas comes in and swoops both of them. I don't know how well that goes, but
here's the thing: Lucas is a ladies' man. I don't want to like discredit him at all,
right.
but the thing is, he never makes the move. That's
Right.
his issue. He doesn't want to make a move.
He's on the sideline waiting for it to hit him right in the face.
And that's not how it happens. You can't, you got to make the move. Kevin, I mean, it feels like he's allergic to women at this point. I mean, he just gets scared.
Scared, that feeling of tense running through you.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen times where Kevin was able to pull some girls. I mean, I feel like he can, but no, it's between me and you because you actively try, and I'm just out there so much that like I feel like one's eventually gonna stick, I guess. I don't know.
One eventually has to do the love connecting. Can you feel the love tonight? No, I
My
can't.
my my luck is I'm gonna be wearing a sports shirt one day, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a fan of that team
Oh
too."
yes. Yes, and your hat. Oh my gosh, I'm a Saints fan as well. Oh my gosh, I connect with that team so much.
I'm gonna be like, well, about that, I'm just a Cardinals fan
Oh,
portraying to
about
be.
that, I have about a million jerseys and a million hats, and I support every team in America.
Except for the Cowboys.
No, no, no.
I do got a Cowboys tank top and a Cowboys hoodie, so
Well, you're gonna wear that once we do our Cowboys preseason.
okay. I'll make a deal to you. I'll wear it once during the NFL season. I'll wear a Cowboys hoodie once. Just for you.
In person for Still City.
Here, Zoom handshake.
Okay, Zoom handshake.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Um,
we're we're starting to dwindle down now, so maybe one more each.
one more each. Okay.
Well,
Most
two more for you. Two more to set the tone.
okay. I'll just go back to back then. Most likely, who's most likely to run out of gas on the highway?
Not me because I'm really picky with it. Not Kevin because he's experienced. Lucas because either you or Lucas because you guys are inexperienced and you guys may forget. So one of you
My
guys.
my my Tesla, it does it for me. It drives me to the
Okay,
station.
well then you because you're gonna think you're driving a Tesla, but you're actually driving a gas car. You keep making it easy on me.
I do, you know.
Hey,
Okay,
let me give you another good one real quick, and then you can end off the episode because I
okay,
got a really good one. I've been waiting on this one. Who is? Are you ready for this?
yes.
Okay. Who is most likely to have a news article slash segment slash whatever done on them? So who's most likely to be covered by the news?
Me for sure.
Okay. Why you say that?
I
It
put
could be
myself,
anything, good or bad.
oh, good or bad. Well, it's gonna be on the good side, highlighting my talents and what I do for a living. What are you shaking your head for?
You know why I'm shaking your head.
No,
So you think you'll be on the news?
of course. I'm gonna be sitting in the anchor desk 4:30 to 7. You'll be turning on that TV and seeing this face every morning.
Yeah, you're gonna be sitting there with Antonio Hilton on NBC.
Maybe. I'm trying to stay local in Pittsburgh.
Nah, you can go to New York. You can go bunk with our buddy up in Little Italy.
Right, yes. No, it's gonna be me, especially me every morning, 4:30 to 7. You'll be seeing me, this bright, handsome man on your TV. We hope you
Okay.
we hope you'll tune in. That means you better get your ass up at 4:30.
I get my ass up at 4:30. I have to get up at 5 a.m. I'm not getting up another extra half hour.
Turn me on. You can get your news as you're getting your coffee as you're waking up.
I'm gonna be sitting there, be like, "Oh my gosh, what a way to start the day! I have to hear this guy's nonsense."
Nonsense.
Yes, I will say though, I will agree with you. I think it would be you because I feel like, and I think you might be able to agree with me on this. You're more into like the finance and the stocks. That, in my opinion, like it's starting to be like a dying market with our generation, and you're one of few people that's still like fully invested in it. So if someone's gonna get something done on them on the news, I think it would be you in that department.
Now I just need some glasses to make me look even smarter.
You're gonna look like Colonel Mustard.
You know, those glasses, that every time you have a fun
Yeah,
point to make, you gotta put them on real quick.
yeah, like Colonel Mustard from Clue. You ever play
Yeah.
Clue?
Like, turn and all of a sudden you're off camera. Well, Austin, speaking of this, Microsoft, and you gotta come up with something good, but you gotta get that look.
Yeah, you gotta get them goofy Dr. Seuss glasses.
Oh, and also I was watching CNN on Memorial Day. I had the News Central on. I think it was Kate Baldwin at the anchor desk. Her computer was so small. I said I would need readers just to see it. It was a small Dell. It was a small Dell laptop, smaller than yours. It was like the
Wow.
version. And you know how she sits way up, her and Boris. I'm like, I don't know how you see that thing. I wanted to even tweet her, are you sure you have the smallest laptop area? Like literally, I would have to get my readers just to see the small print.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, you know how big my Mac is. It
Yeah, you
was
have
like
that thing's huge.
small as that. It was like
Wow.
this real small Dell. It was like a foldable. I'm like, my
Just,
God.
what was it, the size of like an iPad or something?
Yes. Smaller than that.
That's ridiculous, actually. Wow.
Thinking, oh my God, I need readers just to read my laptop scripts.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
God. And then you also, Austin, speaking of this, who is most likely to be on TV and not be paying attention? That'd but most likely be me.
Was that your last one, or did you have another one?
That was my last one.
Oh, okay. Well, you.
It would be me because I'm always connected to my phone. I'm always connected to my laptop. I'm always like zoning in. They would be like, especially if you watch CNBC and like the panelists, how they all talk. I'm always glued into the laptop thinking, oh, wait, I'm on TV. That's me. That's my line. Oh, well, sorry, I missed it.
Well, you know what? Since we have about 3 minutes left, how about you give us a bonus one? Give us a really good, juicy one. I'm gonna let you.
Hey, I don't have any juicy ones. You got all the hard hitting ones.
All right, you want me to give you a hard hitting one?
What's the juicy one?
I don't know. We should come up with one real quick. All right. Who is most likely to meet the President of the United States?
Ooh, you, I think.
Me.
Yes.
Why me?
Because you have your interviews, you have certain interviews that could be happening that all roads lead to connections. And eventually you always get to the big guy. You always get to the head honcho.
Head honcho.
Who?
All right. Well, President Trump, you're formally invited to the Steel City Commuters podcast if you're listening.
Yes.
He's not going to accept it.
I don't know.
I would hope he would. I would love to talk to him. I think
What's
he's
his
an
favorite
interesting guy.
line? He's a good guy. We are good guys.
Yeah, he's gonna see that you're a Cowboys fan. He's gonna be like, "Oh, good God, he's not a good guy at all."
No, he would never do such a thing.
He's gonna call you Sleepy Nick.
Well, he's going to be in Pittsburgh on Friday.
Is he?
Yes.
Well, make sure I'm not where he's at because traffic's gonna be awful then. That's what I always worry about. Like when the president or someone big is in town, it's like there's always traffic or there's always something going on.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Well, Nick, that right there was another game show. That was who's most likely to. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely leave a comment down below and maybe we'll bring it back. Maybe we'll have some other guests on and play it with us to get some more opinions on it. But make sure you stay tuned for next week. We are going to be doing our NBA and NHL Stanley Cup Championship game predictions, where we'll go through both sports and talk about the finals, talk about the Eastern and Western Conference finals, and then kind of go from there. 20
Zoom
episodes down,
again.
Nick.
On Zoom again.
It'll be on Zoom again. It will be. But 20 episodes down, Nick. I'm looking forward to another 20. Any final words for our listeners out there?
Another 20s, another 20, maybe another 40. We're very excited to what's going to be happening throughout this coming semester when we return. It's going to be amazing.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Well, Nick, it's a pleasure as always, my good friend, and thank you all so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Steel City Commuters. Until next week, we will see you in the next one.